Yo, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the finals rubber match of the tournament. The last match of the season. Maybe the hypest thing ever, but like also very sad too. Sad to see it go. But yeah, this is going to be awesome. My name's Act the Boker. I am joined by Reg. Bro, how hype are you for this?
I am super excited. My only complaint here, the hype train's got to come to a stop, the plane's got to land, whatever you want to call it. This is the last of the tournament. We had like 300 something players run at least one of the qualifiers. Took that to 128, took that to 64. We took that to these two.
Yeah. Who's going to be landing the plane though, and which one's going to be, kicked out the cargo door at, 10,000 feet without a parachute? We're only going to have one winner today. It's either going to be Gammachuu or it's going to be Daanty. And yes, they have had quite a run to get this far.
Yeah, like just these two guys have just been on top of the tournament from the start. Like, seeds don't mean very much because of just how Rando works, but Dante's been on top of pretty much every metric and ranking for this tournament, and Gammachoo's been just half a step behind him the entire time. Only one of them can win, and they both won already. That game 3.
Yeah. It's best of one, if you just ignore the last two. But yeah, this is best of 3, and Daanty won the first game. Gammachuu came back, decided to win the second game, forcing the amazing game 3. All right, look at there. We got a pendant at Eastern and Desert. Look like a blue pendant over at Hera.
Yep, I saw that Hera pendant, saw the crystals elsewhere. Looking good on that front. So while these runners are getting over to Uncle, I kind of want to talk about the way the first two games developed. Because the first game was kind of decided, Gammachuu made a skip, Kane of Samaria was there, and kind of just cost him everything. And then game 2, no such thing happened, and it was pretty much neck and neck entering the end game, but Gamma had his lead and he just never let it go.
Yeah, I think that was something that happened. And yeah, man, if this is the last time we'll ever get to talk about, what constitutes as a hard standard seed here, as we get this assured item from Uncle being the fire rod today. Using it, those extra 2 fire rod shots to see if we can go ahead and get an early bomb. It's like, what you always stress about when you're doing escape, but then you get the 2 free magic refill pots. You got to make sure you have enough magic to kill all the enemies and kill the key rat, else you'll have to restart. Pretty cool.
Yep. But I do think guards being in the magic pack is going to make that at least a little bit stressful, especially because we do have to kill a couple required ones here. And farming rats with the fire rod, there's that one spot in the corner that's not that bad, but otherwise I think we're more going to be hoping to see bombs in a chest here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that we see farming the rats with the fire rod, especially when you've got them trapped in the corner. That's what I'm hoping for. But everyone has their own preferences, so.
You can get some really nice splash damage there if they line up just right, and it's really entertaining.
There you are, right about that magic, both getting it, so they get a refund on that magic shot.
Yep. Gotta actually go over there, grab it, and then there's one more guard up in the ball and chain room. Might see them kill that with a pot just to see if they can get another small refill off that. But that takes time, so who knows?
Or just skip him. It kind of depends on which path he takes. If he starts walking right first, he's kind of hard to avoid. But if he goes down, then he's usually not in your way. Scripted RNG there, huh? They both had the same pathing.
Yeah. Daanty aggroed him to get the kill, but then didn't get the drop. Gamma just ignored the guard. We've got a small key. We haven't seen a map yet, right? That wasn't vanilla?
No map yet, I don't believe. And there you go, Gammachuu taking a monstrous lead. Will Daanty will he be able to catch up now?
I don't know, man. He's a whole room and a rupee behind.
Gonna be a tough one.
Yeah,
But yeah,
sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, yeah, with that first prize pack, you're not gonna be getting bombs from that one. So hopefully, we're gonna be getting something good from the rats here.
Yeah, I'm still hoping just to see a 3-pack of bombs in the Dark Cross, put everything to bed. No need to worry about whether you got it, whether your opponent might have gotten deeper into a prize pack than you, or whatnot. Because if the rats are in a prize pack that drop a bomb, and it's not like the all-bomb prize pack, those drops to advance it are only 50-50. And with the limited amount of magic shots, it's very conceivable that one runner might just not get deep enough into the pack where the other does, and that would be super stressful.
Nah, it's fine. Just if you don't get it, then just skip it, and then forget about it later. And when there's nothing there, guess what? You've saved time over the course of the run over your opponent. You know, it can go both ways.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That's true.
That was a blue rupee.
Yeah, no bombs, all good.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll move on with our lives. Unless we get those 3 bombs in this chest right here. Oh, nope, just kidding. Not today.
Nope, so Fire Rod versus Key Rat. Over under 1 shot. Oh, Gammachuu, there's the splash damage we were talking about, but it is just the rupee pack, so nothing to be had there.
Oh, but him doing that, man, he lost his lead. Oh, it's a neck-and-neck race now. We always knew they were going to deliver on Game 3.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta know, he is still a rupee up. That means absolutely nothing.
This isn't like Mario Kart where you have, more money, your character moves faster. I don't believe that is something that, works in this game. However, ideas for the next year's festive mode.
Hey, yeah, Vitor, if you're listening.
A pretty respectable escape from both of them. Not bad, not bad.
Yep, coming in about 540, 543 on both sides here. Definitely blows that 6-minute mark that everybody quotes out of the water, but not having to significantly farm, having a weapon that's better than the sword, and the runners just being good at the video game, you kind of expect that.
I think every item in Escape was a red 22.
I think that's right, yeah.
But yeah, heading over to Kakariko here, we don't really have that much going for us. You're always thinking like, hey, I got Bottle Vendor to check, but also I need to buy bombs. Well, we can do one or the other with our current loadout. If really they don't find anything that'll help them out, you might see a little divergence early on.
I'm kind of...
That'll work.
Yeah, that might change things. Before that, I was kind of expecting a double save and quit if there were no bombs to be had at the mushroom spot or the drop down here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man. I will honestly say there's one save and quit. Man, this is Game 3. Like, you gotta be thinking, I don't want to do risky plays throughout the whole entire tournament, because, you get eliminated by doing something silly, your tournament life's over. I mean, this is literally do or die, You win this, you win the championship. So I'd say all bets are out the window for conventional routing. If you want to do something crazy, this is definitely the game to do it.
Yeah, I think you were in this boat with the last tournament we had. You were in the finals. So is that sort of...
I went 0-2, it's not the same.
Okay, yeah. But you could still apply that same mentality to a Game 1. Maybe, kinda. But hey, speaking of throwing things out the window, Gammachuu buying the bombs from the Hylia shop, going straight to Sahasrara. I love this route, personally.
There was no window in that shop.
Hmm?
You said out the window? There was no window.
Yeah. You threw the route out the window, though.
Okay. Oh, that's what you... Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
I was really wondering if he was going to take this play all the way into Crystal Eastern Palace.
Well, I think he might now, because we have a bow back there in Sahasrara right when you need it, so he can just keep on going. Meanwhile, daaanty found a fairy in a bottle over at Chicken House, so oddly enough, they both found very convenient items for the next place that they might want to go.
Yeah, Chicken House is the single best place to find a bottle in the game. But that red rupee, kind of a stinker when we got so many already.
But the peace of mind, though, it is priceless. There's also a hammer over there at the bottom window. That's pretty good, too.
Yeah, kind of need that to beat the game. It's pretty important.
No, it's definitely too early, to be making any brave calls now, but I have seen a bow and Sashrala trip up a runner or two, especially if the seed really opens up early. You might tend to put off that area until you find a bow. However, it's not very open right now, so...
Yeah.
Just throw in a couple things to think about out there. Who knows what's going to happen next.
We do still have the dense part of CAC left. We've seen the well, but we still got Blind's hideout here. And other than that, I don't think the bow trips up Gammachuu that much, even if there's nothing in Eastern, just because it's a crystal. But,
well, no, of course, it was... Well, and he already has it.
Yeah, I mean, if a lot of the other items show up, like you find your glove, your moon pearl, your mirror, then suddenly you get a bit of efficiency by putting off that bow very slightly. Unless we've got Pendant Pod, but then you've got Pendant Pod, and that's always a good play.
Dainty. Oh, right. We haven't done the bottom yet, so we're gonna go check library, do race game. I was forgetting which way we came in here for a brief moment. How many items have we seen over in Eastern? I think we've seen 2 so far. Have we seen the big key yet, though?
We've seen the big key and the map.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there you go. There's a bug net.
It's 1 item and a compass left, and Gammachoo's going for the skip on the big key chest. That's a slow check, but...
Alright, yeah. So 50-50 whether or not we have the last dungeon item in the vanilla big key chest, or it'll be on Armos. Really not a bad skip to make, even if, you happen to skip the item. There's a good chance you don't need it. So no big deal, but boy, when it is something and you skip it and your opponent doesn't, it can really hurt.
Yeah, that's... You hate to see that one, but... If there is an item there, decent odds it turns out like you were talking about the back sewers earlier.
So Dainty will be heading over, doing the South Shore checks, probably Dan Mini Moldorm Cave. Gammachuu is trying to take that early lead. Getting his name on the board here quick. The championship match, getting his first crystal. Very quick too, 11 minutes.
And some cash. So, saving time just straight up by skipping that chest.
It's like your average NMG run times right here.
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Red rupee is on the bush crab. Doesn't look like Dante's gonna farm that too much, but no pearl, no flippers. Fake flipper to the Zora area, not really the most appealing option. So, no need to stack the cash super hard right now.
It's nice to know that those are there, though, just in case that we do get in a bind in this seed where all of a sudden you need a lot of money and, it's not readily available, so that knowledge is good.
Yeah, when he does decide he wants to go to Zora, if he's still short a bit of cash, then he can just come back down there and farm.
By the way, what do we get from Armos? I should have been paying attention. I was literally watching the fight, and I don't know if we got an item or a map, but my brain processed it as something I didn't care about. I just don't remember which one it was.
It was a 50 pack, so it was an item, but good one to forget about.
Sorry, that's what we rando runners do. Whenever it's trash, we just write it off in our mind.
Yeah, I do the same thing, and the only reason I remembered that one is because of the gamble on it.
So Glove at Mini Moldorm Cave, really just missing that Moon Pearl access to get us on to the Dark World here. But where's it gonna be? Nice little quick swat the boomerang there by Dainty to fill up his magic. I like it.
Yep. Good use of quick swap is always wonderful. I don't like that hook shot fine though. Not without a lamp. But we're probably going to see daaanty go up the mountain anyways here.
I mean, hookshot's a pretty good item. I I like that find very much. But
Yeah.
I mean, starting to get to the, that weird part of the seed where it's piecing itself together a little quick for daaanty, and that bow was sitting there in Sachwala, so...
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
can't
to your point...
imagine he misses that bow forever.
Yeah, who knows? To your point, though, what you were saying was like, yeah, to get up to Death Mountain, where that hook shot, presents itself, all of those checks, logically you need a lamp. And, I mean, from our point, we know, like, how little there is left logically, so it seems kind of weird to chase it, but from daaanty's standpoint, he hasn't been to Sashrali, he hasn't been to Eastern. Death Mountain might look a little good. He might feel like he's, cutting a corner here and being a little bit more efficient rather than, chasing the lamp over in Eastern.
Yeah, because he's got the Sahasrara Eastern area, which we know is just that bow. And then besides that, it's just, what, Agina's Cave and Zora with that glove, right?
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right.
Yeah, chasing this up to the mountain absolutely seems to be the right play here. Until the Moon Pearl shows up in, like, Agina Cave and you just feel slightly silly that you had to go hunt that down anyways.
I think it's a good hook shot for both players, too. Boy, if, like, Pearl would have been in, I don't know, Mini Moldorm Cave or something, maybe you could see the runner skipping it, but given that they won't have Dark World access, I think they're both going to get that hook shot. Alright, well, daaanty's trying his best to skip the mountain here, getting a little bullied by everything, but we made it. He had a fairy anyways.
Yep, one of those free fairies in a bottle from, what was that, Chicken Hut, and then you can just walk on in there, get the free hook, the free heal, same as when you save and quit. It's not too bad. Yeah. I'm kind of curious though, will Gammachuu take the dam all the way over to Ice Rod Cave like we saw from daaanty? You see dam over to Agina sometimes. I don't remember if Gammachuu is the type to just chase that commonly.
I don't know, we'll see, but I imagine he'll probably be doing both because, again, we're going to be missing that very pivotal point. Unless he went over to Agina and got a Pearl, then that might change his route a little bit. But now we're going over to Mini Moldorm Cave. He'll find out about the money over here in the bushes. daaanty's over here, out of logic, but a lot of chest over here. Man, what do you do with Pendant Hera in this situation? Lord, I got no idea. That's a tough one.
I think that if you assume you're in logic and you just skip the lamp at Agina, then you gotta go for it, I think. Hera Pop makes it pretty fast, Fire Rod makes it fully in logic, so I don't think it hurts anything to go for it here.
Yeah, Hera Pod, I mean, I would say that could be a selling point, but, man, I don't know. You also want to make sure you get all the items in there, and getting an early small key, that'd be kind of weird.
An early small key in Hera is just always, well, in the Hera Pot days, it's equal parts terrifying and frustrating. It used to just be frustrating, though.
There's nothing over there in Paradox Cave. Gammachuu making his way over to Ice Rod Cave, probably get his hook shot unless these crabs have something to say about it.
Yeah, he's fine. He can take 2 hits.
And he has a fairy.
That too.
Oh, there we go. The crab had something to say. Oh, they're coming. They've got words.
Okay, I missed what was up on Floating Island while we were watching Gammachuu get the runaround from the crabs. But there was something there.
We'll probably see it again. There you go, hook shot for Gammachuu. Now, what's he gonna do? Man, I feel like he's in a even more interesting spot of like, man, do I want to go up Death Mountain? But again, he could be thinking Lamp at Agina, Lamp at Zora, or Lamp and Back of Escape.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Back of Escape first here from him, yeah, because it is just the save and quit.
Man, daaanty's a bully. He trapped that Mini Moldorm in there.
You can call it what you want. I'm going to call it smart.
Alright, setting up a Herapod here, making sure to align himself on the pixel. He basically just bombs himself like a half pixel into this pot, which allows the hook shot to go past the wall, and then he can grab the other side of the wall with the hook shot to push himself in, just like in real life. There we go. Beautifully done.
Yep. And that's a pretty precise, but there's like a ton of different setups at work for it. I don't actually know how many, but it's more than
there's so many, and like everybody does something different. If A Link to the Past like wanted to start fingerprinting people, how they do Harapot would be the best way to do it. Oh, this hair is getting a little ugly though. We had the first item early, then map compass. Man, you get a small key from Moldorm. It's like, oh, this could be such a time sink. Hey, we got our first lumberjack check over here.
Yeah, this could be something if the boots and the lamp show up. Was that flippers or triple bomb? I couldn't tell.
I didn't see. We'll see if chat starts going crazy, and then I'll make my assessment after that. Nice Moldorm Cure over here by daaanty. Alright, that's our second item. So, not gonna have to worry about the basement, but didn't really get what we were looking for up here.
Nope. But can double back to Spiral Cave, see if there's anything of worth in there. And if there's not, then we're looking at one of two places for a Moon Pearl at this point, because Lamp wouldn't get us anything.
Gammachuu really had his mind set on Zoria here. I know that, there's really only a couple things left in logic. I don't think it's not a smart thing to do, but you gotta be almost thinking like, man, it's gotta be the lamp there, right?
Yeah, like without the information that the mountain is as dead as it is, that's a thought that just makes too much sense. Gotta go with it. And we do see both of these runners did.
Alright, it's fine. Okay, what do you have today? Is it gonna be the Moon Pearl? Womp womp. Well, I think that's pretty good for daaanty. He's gonna, not force himself into the situation where he doesn't see his bow.
Unless he goes south here. Then he could still miss it a little while longer, but yeah,
No.
No shot. Actually, well, no, he can't splash delete with what he's got, so he's just checking the island item here, and then he's gonna go buy some bombs and then go.
Hey, why not? We're here. We'll get him.
We're gonna see here that daaanty kind of looked ahead on the Death Mountain route, except Gammachuu has the crystal, so we're gonna see things equalize out here over the next few minutes. Presumably Gammachuu's gonna do hair and sink a bit of time into there, but
yeah, maybe, or he might not. It'll really all depend. It's really hard not to do Hera here. Like, it's such a slow way to get over to this side of the mountain, so you would hate just to do these checks, but then end up having to go all the way back to Hera. That would make you feel kind of silly. But again, finals, game 3.
yeah, game 3, I mean, you win, you lose. Too bad, no more chances for you.
And it was just a piece of heart over there in the island. I caught it the second time around.
Yeah, probably going to be a green 20 by the time we finish the seed.
Oh yeah, it's possible. Alright. So, just a good old change places here. It does seem like Gammachuu is slightly ahead. I do believe his route ended up being a lot more efficient on screen transitions than daaanty, so I would imagine him to be slightly ahead here. And then slightly even more ahead if daaanty doesn't take the 50-50. I think he'll probably go for it as well. Like, on the one hand, he doesn't really have that much left, but also this 50-50 is also gated by the lamp, so I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see him skip the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, with the knowledge that the mountain's dead and it's probably not the lamp, Like, I hate this gamble, and I would be pretty inclined to at least consider it in daaanty's situation right now. So for people who actually are okay with it, I've got to think it's a pretty strong play.
Well, Gammachuu finding his lovely map and compass. Gonna go ahead and say hi to Moldorm now. daaanty shortly behind to Armos. Will he make the 50-50 skip, or will he commit like the... It is actually almost like a full minute to get that chest around. It's less, but it's close. Good Moldorm fight as well.
Yep, hammer is pretty convenient for Moldorm here, and daaanty's going for the skip.
Yeah. Good play. Especially when I know that it's fine. That's when it's the best kind of play.
Oh,
we're gonna get money here? Okay. You didn't need to do this, daaanty. You had that bush crab, but alright.
Yeah, this is faster than the bush crab since you're already back here.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
I mean, if you were coming to Eastern specifically to do the Rupee Room and we're gonna bail without killing the boss, that'd be one thing.
I don't know. It's fine.
It doesn't hurt, regardless.
Alright. Just waiting for each of them to stop doing the checks we've already seen. Waiting for that hot new excitement. Where's that moon pearl gonna be? Pretty much has to be the moon pearl, I guess, you know. Could be a powder, could be a mushroom, could be a shovel, could be a book, could be the flippers. I think outside of that, though. Outside of the 9 items I just listed off.
Yeah, that's totally not that many items. Although, while daaanty's grabbing his item here and Gammachoo's walking to Regina, do you know how many boomerang hits it takes to kill those jumping Stalfos?
9? Is it like the blind fight?
I think it's either 4 or 8, but I don't actually know. I don't...
I'll meet in the middle, and I'll say 9.
Yeah.
50-50 for Gammachuu here. Is he going to...
Chat's throwing out a bunch of 48s, and no, I'm not talking about the Armos Knights. I'm talking about the little skeleton Stalfos. But here we go, 50-50. We killed time.
Alright, and they're taking different 50-50s here too. You love to see it. You know, with the splash delete, which is probably going to be a little difficult to do in the situation because we just killed Armos, I would say really not that big of a difference between the two, but Gammachuu was right. He gets his Moon Pearl over at Agina. Looks like daaanty is still feeling that Zora play, though, so he is going to go Zora first by the way he's trekking over on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, this feels a little bad because he's leaving the waterfall behind, but so it goes. Green Pendant Swamp, Pendant Skull Woods, 5-6, Ice and Pod.
That's what I saw too.
So what are the odds Gammachuu goes Hype Cave straight to Pod?
You know, Pod looks pretty good right now with this equipment. Yeah, we have all the potions for safety, Fire Rod to help us out with, the Dark Turtles room, which can be a little bit of a pain. I guess the real question is if Gammachuu goes to Pod, will he check the back? Hey, there's a lamp over in Hype Cave.
Yeah, I don't want to see Gammachuu skip the back of Pod.
Alright, we got a sword over there on the Zord ledge. Unfortunately, well, you know what? I guess we can get that now. So daaanty's gonna have to reset his Ancilla because he killed Armos Knights. I know a couple of ways to do that. You can spam arrows. I think you can drop like 3 bombs in the water. That would allow him to do it. If he does do that, though, he basically gets 1 shot to do it. But boy, having that sword would be pretty nice.
Yeah, chat saying that he already dunked the bombs while
All right.
I was watching Gamma do his hype cave, and yeah, there it is.
All right, that was fantastic. There we go. So, can't say this wasn't fruitless for him. The sword definitely helps you out, especially once you get those boots too, which Lord knows when they're ever going to show up.
I'm hoping they're not in Ganon's Tower, just because you know more than I do that good runners like having the boots. They're a fun item.
Well, it is nice to see that at least both of their routes paid off in some sort of way, but the value associated with dainties here is kind of yet to be determined. If the other 3 swords are relatively open and free, then, you know, if Gammachuu never goes there, that would obviously be much better for him. However, you know, if all those swords are really hidden, this could work out well for Dainty. It is to be determined.
Yeah, if daaanty winds up with sword advantage kind of throughout the seed because of that, then it could be pretty good for him. But it definitely not looking that great for him immediately, just because he's behind on the route now, just now getting his Moon Pearl while Gamma's already in the pod. And I've kind of got to imagine Hype Cave's going to be daanty's starting point in the Dark World too.
Oh no, I am thinking that they are going to do exactly the same thing right now, which, you know, would be pushing dainty that half step behind. I don't know. Again, it's the finals. If you want to go crazy, now's the time to do it.
Now is the time to pick up the baby shield. I mean, I don't know. I don't like the shield very much. I like the fire shield, but not the baby one. But Gamma's got it. Can't do anything about that.
Yeah. We don't need the fighter shield because Swamp is a pendant. It's the only thing you need the fighter shield for to beat this game. It's very important.
Yep. But a bit more seriously, like daanty obviously, yeah, daanty is half a step behind on the route though. But Gammachoo's gonna go check Zora at some point likely. You can save time if he finds like a mirror in here. Do that with Catfish or something. But that is time that Gamma's likely to get back at some point. Even if daanty's got the advantage with that sword right now out of that. But I don't think that sword comes into play very much here. I don't know. That's just
man. I think, I mean, it's very early to be making such a statement like that, but boy, I could see it being a non-factor. I could see it being a huge factor. It is definitely way too early to tell.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just thinking in pod specifically when you have a lamp. Like Fighter Sword, not good against those beetles, not good against turtles, not good against Helmasaur King.
Well, no, immediately it's, yeah, definitely no thing for sure.
If there wasn't a lamp in Hype Cave though, like even for runners as good as these two, I do think this sword would be a little bit of an edge going through the dark.
Nothing so far in pod I've seen so far other than that shield. However, we are, you know, starting to hit the good chest over here.
Yeah, we did see a shovel on the right side, so that's a bit of delayed potential value.
It's pretty obnoxious. It's such an obnoxious item to get, especially when you don't have the mirror. When are you supposed to go do it, man?
Yeah, there's Gammachoo's doing the Death Warp out of the Dark Maze. They're ditching that fairy well in advance. Was taking a bit of damage in advance, too.
And that is what it takes to be a top runner. Remembering that you have that fairy, because Lord knows how difficult it is to remember. He is getting pieces of hearts in here, though. It's got me nervous.
Yeah, can't take too much damage before your Death Warp, either.
Alright, I guess he's gotten all the,
yeah, if he didn't
every item there, so don't have to worry about the big chest. Alright,
yeah,
good
I
heads
did
up play
see
there.
when he checked it, but I think he saw he was missing both map and compass on the menu there, so no need to.
At least I hope so.
Yeah. Gammachuu not the kind of person to make that kind of error, I don't think.
I mean, I would say no, but like memes aside, not to throw back to game one at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. We'll go with that.
Now 11 hearts. We don't have the safety of that fairy anymore. I dare say that Helmasaur is free with this equipment. However, these both are very good at this game, but Helmasaur he can get a little spicy sometimes. He hits like a truck. He can kind of give you obnoxious patterns that just make it really hard to do damage. Plenty of arrows for the bow. That's a great way to kill him with this setup. Can do hammer hits too, but no boots to activate spin speed to get that extra hammer extension.
Yeah, so hammer hitbox is always going to be a pain here, but it's like you said, we've got the bow, and it's pretty easy to fall back on that against Helma if they get dangerous in most cases.
Good bootless turtle ring there. It's actually not the easiest room to do in one cycle without having to flip them over again.
Honestly, doing that swordless too is also kind of impressive to me, just because it's not hard to screw up one of your hammer hits and then have to flip a turtle back over again.
Yeah.
It also
So far, so good. Yeah, he threw an early bomb out there. Cheeky.
Unfortunately, only one of the two that he threw actually hit. That was still enough to save him a fair few hammer hits.
That was an excellent Helmasaur fight there.
Yeah, very good, especially for using the bow in the second phase, which sacrifices a small bit of speed for a large amount of safety, and there's the map.
And the second crystal, which is one of two 5/6 crystals. So Ice Palace being a few items off the table, but obviously not that many. I guess really just mitts, honestly.
Yeah, if you want to have a fairly large brain and fake flipper into it, then definitely not a problem.
A little different pod routing here from Daanty, doing the hammer jump. Actually, this route kind of works out a little bit better when you don't have the mirror, but I think when you would end up knowing that, there was nothing in that chest, and I suppose Gammachuu probably got a little bit of an edge with his route instead. I guess Daanty gets to keep his fairy.
Yeah, I think keeping the fairy is the primary advantage there. The Death Warp is faster, I think. Just because you got to get back to the front to get over to the right to kill Helmasaur. Although I guess this isn't actually too bad. It's probably about a wash when you can't count all the time you took taking damage to Death Warp, actually.
Yo, am I crazy? Did he go in the rupee room in pod?
Yeah, the big key was there.
Of course, alright. And no, he went back to hammer jump. Oh, okay, he was trying to go back and forth. Right. I got it. It makes sense. Losing my mind there for a second. I'm like blacking out a little bit here. The excitement's got me.
Yeah, the excitement of a Gammachuu going to the Dark World again. This time through the village.
Gotta say, a little fortunate for Gammachuu with this pendant layout that Skull Woods is actually a pendant. Daanty would have the option to finish that. His first trip over there, because he did get that sequence broken sword. I guess, the only stipulation that works out for Daanty is if, the item we need is on Moth, and then if, he actually decides to go do that. Two big ifs there, so...
Yeah, but really if there's an item in Skullwoods at all at this point, Daanty is more inclined to go there and get it. Gammachuu is skipping it entirely, not even bothering with the front.
It's fine. We can worry about that one later. We got places to be, and that place is Pendant Thief, or excuse me, Crystal Thieves. Sorry, I'm so used to being a pendant. That's just kind of its like natural name to me.
Yeah, like Swamp Palace has been one of the running things this tournament, going all the way back to the qualifiers. But Pendant Thieves really was a bit of a monster this tournament for a few runners.
Yeah, you know, it's a slow dungeon. No one likes to be there. You slosh around in the water, you know, then your shoes are wet for the entire seed. Who wants to do it? But man, without, you know, mirror flippers, that's pretty much off the table to be discussed right now.
Yeah.
We got crystals to get.
Yeah. Good news is a map is neither the mirror nor the flippers.
Also, really good Helmosaur fight there from daaanty. Both of them putting on their A game today. Hey, there's a sword for Gammachuu.
That's a pretty good find. I think daaanty might be a little happier with it just because Master Sword is that much better than Fighter Sword. But it's a weapon that Gammachuu can kill blind with without having to muck around with the hammer hitbox.
Yeah, we'll see whose blind fights faster. The 9 hits that happen with Fighter Sword, or the 9 hits that'll happen with Master Sword. We'll get someone to time it for us.
I have a feeling it's going to be the exact same.
Oh, I don't think so. You can actually do a slightly faster blind kill with the Master Sword if you have full health, because you can hit him with a beam, I believe. But I mean, it is, you know, it's pennies to the dollar on that one.
Yeah. The whole reason that we talk about the quote-unquote scripted fight there that everybody loves to joke about at this point is because it does get you those first frame hits if you do it right. Even more than just the consistent movement, that's the value there.
Good old exciting bootless hellway here. Boy, this room sucks without boots.
Yeah, took a bit of damage. Oh, I like that diagonal boomerang use there. I feel like that's kind of difficult to get even slightly consistently.
Bit of a routing divergence here on daaanty's side too. He's going to go ahead and peek his head into the first couple of chests over here. How are we going to take that? We got a map in the first chest. He is going to go to the back.
With this being a pendant, I kind of wonder if he's going to try to do the middle and then go back to the front and avoid doing the back, but I don't think he'll be able to get away with that, so...
He tried to hookshot that pushable statue there. I wonder if that was intentional or if he just had never done it before until now and was like, oh yeah, that doesn't work. Because as I watched him do it, I was like, I've never seen someone try to do that.
Yeah, I never had either, and then it bonked, and I was like, oh, that's why.
Alright, so just a small key in the back here. Let's see where he's going to head next. We are going to the back of Skull Woods. Alright. We got a fire rod from Uncle. Maybe he was actually giving us the path the whole entire time. This is most certainly a play. There's a blue cane there in the back of Blind's hideout. It looks like we're going to have a small key in the big chest, so don't worry about that.
Yep, we've got the hammer, so that's not a concern, but it is one less thing we've got to go out of our way to actually open up. Yeah, daaanty here, in a few seconds at least, looking like he's going to have just as many pendants as he does crystals.
Alright, so as you were saying, scripted blind fight from here. 9 slashes will take care of this behemoth of a maiden here. That's an excellent fight.
Yeah, the further left blind is when you're done, the better you did, and that was very far left.
And then on the other side, we have a Hammer Mothula fight. Another fun one, again, with that fickle hammer hitbox. And then also, you know, Don't want to bounce him to the spikes there. Doesn't allow damage to register.
Also, don't really want to bounce yourself into the spikes when you've got 2 hearts, 2.5 hearts, but...
We still got that fairy. We're still rocking. There we go. Not a bad moth fight as well. What are we going to have here? Those are the mitts! Alright, there you go. I would say killing Mothula was good move in this seat.
Yeah, and it looks like Gammachuu is about to go do that too, since he got... Well, no, he's just checking bumper ledges. Are you going to do Skullwoods after or take it south?
He's gonna go into Skullwoods, I would imagine. I don't think he would come up here just for information only. He literally, like, can't get any of these items.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's the turn to the left. There he goes. Taking that sword that he got out of Skullwoods, putting it to use for a blind kill. Or a moth kill, excuse me. Already killed blind.
Okay. Alright, well, this is probably gonna change up their routings a little bit. So, Gammachuu hasn't done, he hasn't done the stuff in the south, Dark World, those 2 checks over there, Stumpy and Dig Game. I imagine he's probably going to see the Skullwoods through.
Yeah, he's going straight to the middle here. No reason to think he won't go to the back, just like daaanty did.
Boy, that's gonna work out well for him. Man, what if it would have just been flippers in that first chest at Thieves Town? This would have been such a huge swing.
Well, yeah, because if you assume the flippers just replace the sword, then yeah, this Gammachuu wouldn't be able to get at those mitts at all.
Yeah, I'd have to do a couple roundabouts there, but we still got a lot of seed to be played. We got no medallions. We've got no flute. Flippers, we're gonna logically need, but do we need them? Maybe. Samaria, we're gonna need that. And then, you know, the wild card, the boots. Like, God knows if we need those or not.
And then there's everybody's favorite ice rod too. And daaanty, those bumpers are fun.
He was just taking a different route to get over here.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate the way that he threw that pot and it wound up killing the Wallmaster, though. It cost him his free trip out of the room.
Interesting. Alright, so he's gonna get his mitts here.
Yeah,
wow.
Then he'll turn around and get his 13th heart out of the front.
Is he gonna turn around? That's what I'm thinking right now.
I kind of figure that he's gonna finish this up by taking the Smith to Stumpy.
We'll see. He might not.
He does have Dark Death Mountain as an alternative, but in logic, the mitts aren't actually doing that much for us right now. It's Dark Mountain and it's the Smith Chain.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see where he goes from after this. So daaanty will get his almost nothing over here in Village of Outcast, except a blue sword and a blue cane. And then, yeah, it does look like he is walking out, so I guess he is going to... Yeah. Alright. It's such a slow walk to do all of this.
Yeah. Taking a Death Warp probably would have been just as slow, though. No real good way to win there. But you mentioning the blue cane does remind me that Dark Death Mountain got 7 checks instead of 6. We can go to Spike Cave.
Alright. daaanty probably feeling really excited about this sword here. He was probably wondering where it was at, given he knew that his sword was not in logic, and he just got hits from Mothula. So, I suppose in his mind, he was expecting another one to show up rather quick. Probably just begging it was the flippers, too.
Yeah, it's like you said earlier, flippers would have been so huge for daaanty there. But there are 4 times as many swords in the world as there are pairs of flippers, so...
Kind of. 4 asterisks, because this is hard mode. We're only going to find 3 of them today.
That's true, we're only going to find 3 of them. We might
By the
find
way,
a different set of 3 on each side, though.
Gammachuu got a huge, nice grab from the Wallmaster there. In order to get the timing on that, you actually have to nail basically like the pixel perfect hook shot through the spikes, and that's the only way you're able to pick up those pots and get the chest before the Wallmaster comes down. Else you kind of miss your timing, or you hit him with the pot or something. That's a nice nice way to do that room when you don't have a mirror.
Yep, daaanty just barely missed the timing there, which resulted in hitting the Wallmaster with the pot, which meant he got to play the bumper ride. So yeah, here's a check that I kind of forgot about just because it always gets lumped in with the smith chain, but Gammachuu doing the hammer pegs now, because even if he grabs the smith, he's going to be bringing it back in the light world. No real easy access to the dark world there.
Man, that's a green 20. Now the mystery's going to get me. What item was that? Probably a heart piece.
We saw 1 green 20, I think, before daaanty found the bow on his side, which would have been one of the armors. But yeah, I don't know if we're capped on containers or pieces at this point on both sides. Really, they're both at 13 hearts.
Now, how far is Gammachuu going to take this Smith route? We do have, you know, Stumpy. If you wanted to go a little further, there's also Catfish. There's also Pyramid. And I would imagine if you were going to do that, you would check them in the opposite order of what I listed.
Yeah, I don't imagine we'll see the Smith take into either of those checks. I'm not going to totally rule it out, but I think when you've got the mountain to look at, that becomes a lot less appealing.
Now, hopefully Gammachew's screen is fine here, or maybe he actually just invented a galaxy brain way to have infinite time for the digging game. Please be patient. We are sorting it out. Don't panic. There we go. I told you.
He is back. Unfortunately, we don't know what was at the dig game. He does not have a smith following him, though, so...
I can tell you, it was not a hard container at the dig game. And that is Quake from Stumpy.
Decent odds we need that. That's daaanty's got his 3rd crystal now. So both runners on parity again for the dungeons they killed. daaanty basically just gotta kill, or not kill, but do the dig game, go see Stumpy. And maybe pick up the smith if he wants to, otherwise we'll see him just save and quit to the mountain like Gamma here.
Yeah, I don't know what daaanty's gonna do here. We didn't go over to hammer pegs. Unless he had already did that. I don't think he did. We have Dark Death Mountain over here from Gammachuu. He's going to go ahead and head up first. We don't have a mirror, so off chance he does get to open it, and, you know, if he finds Cane of Samaria in any of these chests over here in Dark Death Mountain, he will actually be able to go in. So, a little heads up from him there, even though the Dead Rock doesn't want him to do it yet.
Yep. Just a nice little presence of mind from him. If you've got the cane, then that is the way to do it. Or, I mean, even if you don't have the cane, if you have a medallion, excuse me, words flipping them hard.
Be a tough call to go in, though. You find Cane. And it is Ether, so... Gonna need a mirror, and also an Ether if we want in there.
Yeah, likelihood we find all 3 items on the mountain here to make it even just possible to go in without a save and quit, pretty low.
And Smith sequence from daaanty. There's a book. All right. Boy. Mirror on Ether tablet would be pretty nasty, but also needing the mirror would also be nasty. There's the flippers also. And another sword.
Okay, so Gammachuu probably goes Zora at some point, especially with those flippers in hand, so I can't imagine he'll miss out on Tempered Sword.
Yeah. Definitely are a lot of checks there. There's Ether Medallion, so come back again tomorrow when Turtle Rock's actually open.
Yeah, just hold off until you've got a cane and ideally an Ice Rod.
So big plays coming up here on Daanty's side. Will this miss sequence be the break he's trying to get in this seed? Got to pay him $10 to find out.
Let's hope. But I'm looking at Gammachoo's side here with those flippers. And that's Ice Palace in Logic now, but do you want to go in without the ability to do Icebreaker?
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a crystal we can do. And there are 5 items in Ice Palace today, given that it is the last of our 5-6 crystals.
If you want to extend that out, say it's got 6 items, the Pyramid Ledge too, even though we can go get that right now.
Yeah, sure. We could do that. All right, and Daanty is going to fully see out this miss sequence here. So I was kind of thinking that was likely, because I don't think I had saw him do hammer pegs, so he can do hammer pegs and then finish up with a save and quit the purple chest. So these are long walks to do. Gammachuu making use of his flippers here. Probably going to check Hobo, then go over to Zora area, so that would get him his last sword also.
Yeah. Go to Zora, check all that out before you go into Ice Palace, just in case the cane of Samaria is there.
Oh yeah, he might do ice too. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I think he does Zora first, though. Because then you can just take the Whirlpool right back in MG style.
No. Nobody walks at a Zora ledge. Well, I guess, you know what, if the sword's there, he might be a little bit more inclined, but I guess you wouldn't be thinking about doing that unless it was something on the Zora ledge. I don't even know which one would be faster.
I think if you're already there, then it's faster than save and quitting, I would think. But I don't actually know either, now that you mention it. Just intuitively feels right.
Where are we going? We're going to the fish.
Oh, and we can get 2 new checks here in the waterfall that Daanty wasn't able to get earlier.
Alright. 2 new checks over here, followed by new checks over here with the purple chest. Looks like nothing in the waterfall.
Not even a freebie for Gammachuu.
And there's Bombos, to be determined whether or not we need that one.
Does mean that we know where all 3 medallions are between these 2 runners, though.
He doesn't have Quake marked.
Did he not take the Smith to Stumpy?
I honestly did not remember him doing it, but I've been missing critical points of the seed the whole time. So I was trying to wait that one out. However, I do see that it is still not tracked. I could see some reasoning for him not doing that if that was the case. But maybe he did do it and I just missed it. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
It's not relevant yet. We'll have to wait and see.
Cannot possibly be relevant until the flute.
Yeah. Oh, it appeared. Alright, so Daanty is going to roll the dice here at the Turtle Rock Casino, being like, you know what? I've got 2 to 3 odds that I can open up this Turtle Rock without the mirror my first time up. What say you, game? And the game says, sucker, it's Ether. Get out of here.
Yeah, but he'll find that fairly shortly, so he's not going to be concerned about it at least. And I saw.
But you wanted to do it before you have to go back. I don't want to have to open it again.
Yeah, you got rejected. Yeah, I did see Quake on the quick swap as daaanty was going through there, so he has it.
There we go. Flippers and getting your tempered sword there for him as well.
Yep. So both runners pretty much back on parry at this point, with the only real edge to be found. Gammachuu is already into Ice Palace, which probably daaanty's next stop just from number of items. But daaanty has that Bombos that's just a wild card sitting there for when we get the flute.
What else could daaanty do? Even if you wanted, if you wanted to do something crazy and different right now, Pyramid and Catfish, those are still outspoken. Outside of that,
could take a stab at Desert, see if its boots locked.
Yeah, Desert, that would work too. I feel like he hasn't done the shovel yet, but I'm scared to say anything about that because I was wrong about Quake too.
I don't recall him having done the shovel.
I gotta say, it's very nice of Gammachuu to showcase this archaic method of doing Ice Palace. You don't get to see this every day. Hopefully he remembers how to do it still, you know, which way he's supposed to go.
It's a classic piece of tech here. Just gotta know your roots.
Right. Looking pretty good here on the bomb jump. There we yep. I didn't see him do that. Looking good on that one though. First try.
First try every time. Easy bomb jump.
Yeah, looks like daaanty is following suit. He'll probably do Hobo. Then I guess front two of Waterfall. He's already checked Zora, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Then yeah, he'll be a nice Palace, but seemingly that snippet behind, but I think they both, you know, have some one-off fetch quests that one is done and not the other. Then yeah, that Bombos medallion, that could come up. That could be a real big item. But I mean, man, if the mirror doesn't show up, like there's not too many places to diverge right now. Like the amount of checks that they have, you know, had available to them at any given point has actually been pretty limited.
Yeah, like the biggest room for divergence in this seed was
mirror. Oh yeah. Well, if they find
so,
mirror, that would.
So far, it was Gammachoo's save and quit immediately after Lost Woods. Since then, we haven't had a better chance to diverge. I think it was a dungeon item in the Pengator chest here in Ice Palace, so that green 20 was the first item. Bottle is the second.
Second item's a bottle. Given that it was 5-6, you know, and they haven't done Pyramid and Catfish, obviously jumping in the ice without Cane seems pretty sensible, but it always just feels gross when you go in here and the Cane isn't here, and it's not going to be physically in this dungeon, as we've seen all three items with that half magic. Still could be over at Pyramid Fairy.
Yep. The only thing to keep an eye out there is whether Cold Stare drops a small key or not.
Yeah, I guess that would be very telling, especially given what they have left, but, you know, it kind of does still seem like we're missing some pieces. I doubt that would be, you know, oh, I won't check Pyramid Fairy now because I didn't get or I got a small key from Cold Stare when you're still missing, you know, Flute and Ice Rod.
Yep. And even then, it could be on the ledge, so definitely good just to get that check in. And I gotta think it's gonna be Gamma's next play after killing this boss.
Oh yeah, of course. Alright, gets the spin, gets him in the corner. Didn't even need that, probably like the most timely half magic I've ever seen, but good fight there from Gammachuu, and that's a small key from Cold Stare as well, so I don't think we'll be finding, or yeah, we won't be finding Cane from Pyramid Fairy.
No, but like you said, Flute, Ice Rod could both still be there. Cane itself could be on the ledge, could be at Catfish as well. But we are starting to run real dry on checks. If it's not in that set of checks, what are we looking at besides the desert? I'm not coming up with anything.
We have Ether Tablet. We have yeah, that's about it, I think.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, Ether Tablet's pretty gross. I would imagine it probably doesn't feel that bad for either of them, though, if it's there, because, I don't know, man. I would imagine they would be thinking, like, well, as long as I got here last location at a decent rate, it was probably last location for my opponent, because that's a real nasty one. And we're not even doing Pyramid Fairy, we're hitting right over here to Desert.
Okay. I don't dislike this. Boots haven't shown up yet, which doesn't mean very much for whether this dungeon is boots locked or not, but it's at least that one item on the ledge that you can get. Maybe two more, depending on how stuff's laid out in here.
Pretty much like a 50-50 whether it's boot locked, you know, just based on the probability of, you know, how the keys could appear. However, you know, the fact that they have not found boots yet, given that they've done as many checks as they have, you know, you could make an argument that it's a little likely that the boots aren't required.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you how I feel about that when I see what's in this chest right here, though. See, I told you it was boot locked.
Awful play. Gammachuu clearly should have known that the 50-50 was.
I should have been playing the odds better. Oh, that's a rough one. I mean, that could have been completely clearable, and that also could have had, you know, the item he needed, but unfortunately it makes it pretty much a dead trip for him.
Yeah, it does mean that he knows he can't just start go-moding things without the boots.
I guess that's true.
But other than that...
No! Yeah. Gammachuu! Oh. He lost his shield, man. I don't know how he's going to be able to come back from this.
I think he'll be just fine without it.
I don't know, man. If we have to open swamp, that little spear guard's going to throw an arrow at him, and he's going to have no way to defend himself. I'm a little worried about his well-being moving forward.
Yeah, mirrors and GT, we're fine.
Oh, man. I hope for his sake it is.
Or alternatively, we just find the red shield in one of the next two checks.
Alright. So, Cold Stare fight here from daaanty. Also gets him in the corner, utilizing that half magic as well. We have 4 hearts right now, so I'm only a little nervous, but it's not a big deal. He's a professional. This is the finals. Great fight from daaanty.
And that feels a little bad. Probably.
Yeah, that's a rough one right there. Because, I mean, you kind of got baited putting all these checks together, but... Boy, that gives us the inside of Turtle Rock now, don't it? Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. You want to go there without an ice rod? No.
Alright, well, that one actually hurts a little more. The boots hanging out there in Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, and daaanty quick swap into the hammer. Gonna save a little bit of time here just by not making that desert check for nothing. Still gonna be a little bit behind on the route.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, as soon as the flute shows up, there's that bombos.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till the bitter end to see the story of Bombos, aren't we, huh?
Yeah, because at this point we're looking at flute plus ice rod for go mode.
Yeah, we all know where the ice rod is, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's that catfish.
Actually, yeah, that is something that Gammachuu declined to check once he pulled those boots.
Oh, I don't blame him. We'll see if daaanty makes the same choice there as well. It's a tough one to make. You get cane, you get boots.
Yeah, I do think it would be more in line with the way daaanty has played this seed so far if he goes to catfish. I'm specifically thinking about the way that he just powered all the way through that Smith chain check before going to ice, going to Dark Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing against an opponent, you know that he likes to skip stuff. I mean, you got to be thinking like, man, all I need is one of these to have an item, and I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that's what daaanty thinks of his opponent, I have no idea.
I think daaanty's got a bit of respect for Gamma. He's walking out. He ain't saving and quitting.
All right. No stone unturned will be left for daaanty. Just kidding. We're going to save and quit. We will leave that stone unturned. And we got places to be. Like, we'll probably go to desert after this next.
Yeah, because it's full clearable, full logic now. No real reason not to.
What are we going to do after desert? Doesn't look like we're finding the items we need in here quite yet, but boy. Is it Turtle Rock time?
I could see Gamma doing Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb first, and then yes, I would imagine it's Turtle Rock time.
Okay. I think I would concur with that. That seems pretty reasonable.
Because I'm pretty sure the only 3 checks we've got left outside of Turtle Rock at this point are the 2 boots checks and then Catfish.
Aether Tablet.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Don't forget about that one. That's
Actually,
a good one.
We could see, with no mirror in hand, we could see Gammachuu go do Aether Tablet before Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, we could. But will we? I don't know.
It would just feel really, really bad if it was just sitting there on Aether Tablet and there was no chance to save a point over it.
I feel really bad if it was sitting there in Catfish too, but we've made our bed, so we're gonna keep moving along.
At this point, you don't really have any other choice. You just got to do it. Also, chat's mentioning Spec Rock Cave, but there was just a single arrow in Spec Rock Cave. That was not an ice rod. I'm sorry.
Oh, did one of them not check it?
I think they both checked it. I know at least one of them did, though, because I know it was a single arrow.
Okay. Oh, well. Why are we talking about it?
Because there was confusion about it in Twitch chat, and wanted to make sure people watching the race knew the way.
All right. There we go. That's a crystal for Gammachuu there. daaanty is working his way right behind. Where is Gammachuu going to go next? Bonk Rocks and a Turtle Rock? We could do some Smith sequence. We could do Catfish. We could go check Aether Tablet, or we could just go ahead right over into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I forgot that Gamma still had the Smith sequence on the table, even though I've been talking about Bombos so much. But this is going to be boots checks first and foremost. The way he's doing this could run to the village after.
Right there, yeah. Oh boy. Boy, I bet you wish you didn't do those boot checks now. Well, I mean, that does keep you from orphaning Mimic Cave. That's a mirror. That opens up the possibility of everything awful. Or everything good. Will we need it? I don't know.
So, if you're a Gammachuu, do you go check Ped here? You know, you got 2 pendants, just opened up the 3rd, got your shield back.
My ace shield magically upgraded. Man. Well, I guess he got mirror in King's Tomb, and then he got a shield in Bonk Rocks. He can do Swamp now. Those were the 2 items that he needed, and they both were right there.
Yeah, just that mirror just scares me very, very badly right now. I would not want to be playing this seed, being in this situation.
Yeah, getting that so late, and with it opening up all these random one-off checks that all are equally more time-consuming than the other, it's definitely not the best feeling in the world for sure. Oh, both items are over here.
Yeah, and they were both junk too. Who would have thought? Yeah. With the mirror in hand, though, I think skipping Ether Tablet is fine from Gammachuu because he can just go out the safety door, portal, check Ether Tablet, and if it is the Ice Shot, he can jump right back in with very minimal time loss.
Well, this is the thing over here. Dainty. Oh man. He is going to Turtle Rock, and he's going to do it without the mirror. So there's a couple of possibilities that can happen with this. Ice Rod and Mimic Cave, very, very bad. Flute and Mimic Cave, also very bad. Oh, he's going to do Ether Tablet too, alright.
Yeah, since he doesn't have the mirror to have a portal to save, then I think Dante's got to do Ether Tablet first.
Well, this would be quite a nice rod find over here to find. Just $300. Well, Dante will save time not doing Mimic Cave, so that's a plus. I think Gamma, even though he doesn't have the flute, but he could still, in theory, save his portal if he finds a flute in Turtle Rock and then like goes down and dies and turns in his flute, then like does Mire and finds the ice rod in there. I think technically that would work.
He doesn't even have to die, he just has to use the Descent Cave, but he does have to find the flute.
Well, he'd have to. Well, I guess never mind. You could walk out of Death Mountain. I don't think I've ever seen that cave used in a non-cross keys randomizer route. That's a good point.
I think I saw it once in the exact kind of portal save situation we're talking about. But yeah, that's like a 1 in a million kind of thing.
All right, well, is this gonna work out for them? We'll see.
Dante's got to get the right cane in hand, though. He tried to blue cane the rail, and it was kind of funny for a second.
Mirror and Bonk Rocks. This seed's got me so twisted right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's a gross one.
Yeah, and just with Swamp going from not a consideration to your most dense play, it scares me as a viewer, as just imagining playing this.
Well, we'll see how it works out. As it stands, though, right now, it does seem like Dainty is potentially trailing. But, you know, of course, the flute's going to be like the last heckin' item that we find, so we'll never be able to, you know, curb the suspense of whether or not that Bombos medallion is required. Like, right now, I wish I had a spoiler log, because I'm on the edge of my seat. I really want to know. I just want a little peek.
That's the other thing here that's just... we don't know. We don't know if that mirror is hiding our ice shot or our flute. We don't know if that Bombos that was on the purple chest is going to be required.
We'll get a moment of silence here for maybe the most impactful Mimic Cave of the tournament history ever, potentially, right here. Will this be a flute? Will this be an ice rod? No, it's just a green 20. All right, Dainty is safe on that one. That would have been a game ender right there for sure.
Yeah, because there's no shot he comes back to that unless neither the flute nor the ice shot are here.
I mean, even if he did have to go back for it, like, it would have been probably far too late. Dying there to the Stalfos is not good. Do we still have our fairy? Yes, we do.
Yeah, press F for fairy. It's fine.
Yeah, we will not have any mail upgrades, so pretty much everything in Turtle Rock hits like a frickin' truck, man. It is a very rude dungeon.
Yeah, the difficulty curve of Dark World enemies is just super wonky. The game kind of assumes you're going to get their armor, so things do damage.
Gammachuu is having nothing. You're not going to scratch my Pikachu tunic here. He is using blue cane quick swap strats to make sure he takes no damage. And
I
that's it.
actually love that in that dark room.
Yeah. It's nice too, Laser Bridge can trip you up sometime, but again, this is finals. They're both professionals here. He's making it look easy. Well, we have one chest left. Will it be a flute? Will it be an ice rod? Will it be a goose egg? Come on. As a map, it looks pretty goose egg.
Nice.
Well, the seed just got gross, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you love doing all a Turtle Rock for actually just nothing. And then Gammachoo's still skipping out on Ether Tablet, not even on his mind after Turtle Rock busted. He's going straight for Swamp.
Yeah, seems like kind of a missed opportunity, because he could have mirrored there, then walked over to check Ether Tablet, and that would have been like a saving grace to still complete Turtle Rock if the Ice Rod was there, but yeah, he's having nothing of it, I guess.
He is checking the Bombos Tablet, though.
Well, this one's better. It's cooler.
Yeah, it's got that little Ring of Fire effect,
Yeah.
and we know it's not 300 rupees on there, I think, because I think we've seen all 4 of them.
Just $10 there, and Dainty about to get his wonderful news that there's nothing here. See you later. And Lord, what does he have left? Catfish and Bonk Rocks? He's gonna get his mirror and just be like, oh heck.
Yeah, actually, he's still got the Waterfall Fairy, so I could see him doing...
yeah, that's true too, and Shovel.
Yeah, I could see him doing King's Tomb to Catfish to Pyramid, or Waterfall Fairy, excuse me.
How's he gonna get the Catfish?
Oh, right, he's starting from the Light World. I'm silly. I was not thinking clearly.
Alright. So we have a Bombos check into Do Not Pass Go directly into Swamp here. Did not check K45, so he has got that feeling that this is the place to be. It is a very dense dungeon. Some say the most dense dungeon, even more dense with the fact that it has a green pendant, which we can, turn in for a special prize. And then for 3 pendants, which we can turn in for an even more special prize. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, like, everything about this dungeon is silly at this point. Because aside from this, it's K45 Graveyard Ledge Catfish.
Alright. What order is Dainty going to be doing his mirror checks in?
Yeah. Could see one of these guys save some time by finding something left side swamp after going there first and then noping out. Do I think that's likely? No, but could happen.
To curb even more time, we will do none of the mirror checks and we will head right into swamp. Though, did you see how his shield blocked that spear? That was really cool.
I did. You'd love to see it.
I love to hear it. It makes the best sound effect too.
Actually, yeah, that sound effect is kind of satisfying.
Alright. Swamp, are you the answer? Pendant Swamp, I mean, it's got to be the answer, right? 3 bombs, that's not going to cut it.
We
you rush the back, do you go left side?
He's going the back. We know that it's not all dungeon items left side because we've already seen the map, though.
We'll have to see whether this will be impactful. Really only makes a difference, if something's there and your opponent does it first, or, vice versa. Oh, great. Big key in the back. Love to see it. Gross.
Yeah, but I mean, Gamma's kind of already committed to skipping left side and then coming back in if needed. Especially now with both map and compass in hand. So having Big Key in the back, not very bad for that.
Yeah, at least you don't have to backtrack for the big chest, but not going to be able to do the cool diver down to save the transitions there. Would be slightly faster to, have done left side first, but it's also even more faster just to never do left side. So you got to factor that one in too.
Yeah, but that would require this Argus to drop progression.
Maybe. You know, he's not necessarily like swamps my all or nothing here. You could still leave it. Will he do it? I mean, I don't think so, but it's game 3 of the finals. We just did all of Turtle Rock for nothing. I can't imagine what your brain's going through right now. That is powder. Man, thank you for the ambiguous item. I don't know if I need Argus. You jerk. And yeah, Dainty's over here doing left side, so... Oh boy.
This seed is dumb. Although chat raised a good point earlier, this tournament is pretty much ending the same way it started, with Pendant Swamp being dumb.
I don't think this tournament was the first to bond that concept, but I will agree that it is very dumb.
No, the tournament wasn't the first, but the first of the tournament was.
You feeling left side swamp here? Is this going to be where the money's at? And by money, I mean like actual items, not what was in that big chest.
I'm feeling it. Just because if it's not here, then it's just...
Any of the other mirror checks? And or catfish?
Like at this point, let's just go all in on the dumb and let it be at catfish.
Oh, all right, I was half right. It is money over here on left side. Oh well, that is that's pretty not good.
Yep. There is still the green pendant turn in. There is the ped pull.
When do you go do that? I have no idea. I have no idea when you're supposed to route all of these random one-off checks that are scattered in every single corner of this Dark World map.
If I'm playing this seed, I do K45, Ped, Graveyard Ledge, Sahasrara in that order. But that's just...
But what if it's on Sahasrara first?
And it would suck to be me, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, and then actually there's also, we got the Magic Powder Alpha of Argus. Do that after K45. Just to get that in there too.
A bit of a slower setup there, but he finally gets it. Sorry, I made that sound so mean. It was actually very good, but just slightly slower than Gammachoo's. All right, yeah, he has to go back for the big chest because we've already done left side. Yow.
And he did not get afflicted by the silly stairs. Good job, Dante.
What's kind of funny about this route that Gammachoo's doing too is it kind of... Well, I'm going to finish this question whenever I figure out what route we're doing. I think we're going to go turn in our green pendant.
Okay, sure. This is fine.
But he hasn't done the Smith sequence yet, so he was gonna, like, you know, kind of go up there and he was able to do everything, but then you have like Graveyard Ledge and Ped and all that stuff just kind of hanging out, and then Purple Chest is, you know, the one wild card, which is kind of the hard one to get back to.
Yeah, because you can kind of lug it around while you do the rest of the checks, but it's just not very convenient to do so.
Pendant Swamp. Perhaps nothing here. There's still one check left. Oh my gosh, man. Alright.
Yeah, Dante's phase 1 Argus was looking really good there until he got hit. Now he's got to sit through this 0 puff cycle.
Tough one to get. It's pretty unforgiving, but still a good fight nonetheless. Alright, here we go. We are heading up to the Magic Pedestal.
Yep, Gammachuu going all in on that swamp being the answer here.
Now, do you blind pull it, or since it's the finals, do you read it?
I mean, reading it saves you what, like 4 or 5 seconds?
Yeah, unless there's something on there, and then you lose time.
He's got his book out.
I am so disappointed.
Yep.
Well, there you go. That was a flute We're on the pedestal. But if Daanty blind pulls it, he's gonna save time.
Yeah, he'll save that second or so. But now that we've got the flute, we can finally learn about the bombos. Only, what, like 45 minutes after Daanty pulled it?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be required.
I mean, at this point,
man, if it is
1 and 3.
required, good lord, that's going to be such an equalizer. It's going to be razor tight if it's required. If it's not required, Gammachuu is, well, I'd say he's cementing his lead here.
Yeah, like, unless Daanty pulls Ice Rod, it's not here. Unless he pulls Ice Rod, I'm assuming he'll do Magic Bat before Ped. And that's pretty much his big out at this point, if then Bombos isn't required.
And there's very little left. I mean, it looks like Daanty is going to be getting over to the Ped. Probably about as quick as he could. Did he do shovel yet? I still feel like he hasn't done it, but... It is Bombos! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
So Daanty goes from behind on the route to in a very, very solid situation.
There's the ice rod there. It's basically go mode. Alright, so Gammachoo's got to do purple chest. As soon as Daanty pulls Ped, he's basically gonna be in go mode. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because there is no chance that Daanty pulls that flute off Ped and goes anywhere except Meyer. I just don't see it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and Gammachuu, he's got nothing else to do here except, you know, he's got Smith Sequence, he's got Ether Tablet, he's got Catfish, he's got...
He skipped K45 and Graveyard Ledge. He went all in on Swamp.
Did he skip that? Yeah, I guess he did.
Yeah, because he did Sahasrara. He saved and quit to Sank and went to Ped from there.
Alright, well, here we go. He's going directly toward that Bombos is. I kind of figured that this was the most reasonable thing left in his route, so...
Is he going upper? Nope. Okay, yeah, he's going Smith here.
No, we're not going to do Graveyard Ledge. He read it too! Oh, I'm disappointed in them both. Oh, gosh.
This animation is slow.
I'm telling you, they would have not read it if this was not Game 3. It's like the only situation that made them read the pedestal.
Probably, yeah, but it's still slow to read it, so...
You think Gammachoo's going to check... Did he really not check K45? Is he going to check it with the purple chest?
He might. At this point, I have no idea. I have to imagine he probably will, but... I don't know.
Are we going to do... we're going to do Powder, alright.
This one makes a lot of sense. You're literally right here.
Yeah, this is literally razor tight. I mean, this got so close so fast.
Yep, but Daanty's got a flute to 6, get that ice rod out of the shed. Gammachoo's got to turn in that purple chest. And here's Daanty first. This is probably, what, like 40-ish seconds?
No, we're not doing it. We're just going. Oh, Lord. All right, well, that'll make for a very exciting finish here. There we go. Let's go mode for Daanty. And then, I don't know, let's go ahead and tick away the seconds. That's 3, 4, 5, 7 seconds later, go mode for Gammachuu. With the fact that, you know, Daanty has the slight lead here because he was right next to Meyer, but don't worry, it's only like 5 seconds apart here from Gammachuu. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this is really just shades of Game 2 here, where the runners were neck and neck in the Desert Mire area. And that one, Gammachuu did play a little cleaner, didn't come out ahead. But all we've got left here is execution through Meyer, who can get 2 and kill Trinex faster, and then Ganon Sour.
I mean, there is definitely still decisions to be made in this seed, even though we are in go mode. Meyer, you can take different routes in this dungeon. GT, you can most certainly take different routes in that dungeon.
Yeah, definitely cannot turn your brain off for the rest of the seed here. Got to keep it on.
Gammachuu saving a little time there, having that extra heart, able to zero cycle Meyer 2 there. It was a very clean room. And he's doing it, you know, when it seems most important. That's a big key. Okay, well, will we have big hover? Come on, daaanty! He tried. He's gonna try again. Bless his courage.
daaanty,
Look at this man go.
silly person. But that just saved a ton of time.
That will save him all of these screen transitions here. The best time to have a Godmire here for daaanty.
If you're gonna have it at one point, game 3 of the finals, definitely that point.
I mean, that's respectful too, because he failed it the first time, and then he said, you know what, I'll do it again. I mean, this is game 3 of the finals, man. Do you know what it's got to be like when, like, you try to hover and then you don't even make it, like, a lip off the ledge, and you're like, you know what, I'll just keep doing it. I'm not going to be sitting here wasting time. This is going to work. And he nailed it. That's hard to do, man.
Yeah, like, we saw him use the blue cane in Turtle Rock earlier where he meant to use the red, and I think I saw somebody in chat mentioning nerves at that point, which potentially, yes. But when you pull out that hover,
that's quick swap, man. That's not nerves. What are they talking about?
I don't know, but somebody did it, and this is the exact opposite of that right there. That's a dead Vitreous right as Gammachuu enters the room. Which actually, Gammachuu, I think, did really well in the back to make that up. Because the hover is... I think the hover saves more time than the fight itself, right?
He had a very clean fight there as well. Here we go. Like I said, razor thin. Game 3 finals. Looking like it's going to literally come down to GT routing and GT execution. You couldn't ask for anything better.
No, you really couldn't.
Oh my gosh. Alright, here we go. We got different strategies already. daaanty employing the save and quit. Gammachuu employing the mirror and flute strategy.
I think the save and quit was faster, but I'm not actually sure.
Man, from a runner standpoint too, very hard to necessarily parse how you're feeling at this point. I gotta say, I would imagine that they both thought that each of them did Turtle Rock. I feel like going all the way to Pendant Swamp might have felt a little weird, but you did kind of get forced into getting both the pendants. Maybe you would be thinking like, yo, maybe my opponent just wanted to clean house and pull pet early. Maybe they read it. Reading it probably would have changed quite a bit of the dynamics of this seed. And, you know, they actually both did read it, but didn't get the advantage from it, which is, you know, even more depressing.
Yeah, I do think that even if either one of them had read it, they would have still full cleared Swamp, though, because we were still looking for 2 items at that point.
Maybe. I feel like things would be a little different when you were guaranteed the flute at the end of your journey, but maybe, I don't know. We'll never know the answer to that one.
Yeah, maybe not, but still would be on an eye shot hunt. And that's just a very scary prospect to go skipping Chest and Swamp Palace over.
You think daaanty's going to check Mimic Cave for silvers? No, psych, he's not going to do it because silvers aren't in this game, silly.
Silver arrows are so V30. Maybe we'll see them again next tournament.
Oh my gosh. Alright, razor tight. I have not really seen Any slip-ups from either of them so far in this retrek of Turtle Rock? Making it look easy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Turtle Rock, probably the second hardest split in vanilla speedrun. So many just minute ways that I couldn't even call out to lose time. But to my eyes, it doesn't look like either one really got an advantage over the other throughout.
In my eyes, it's been perfect from start to finish from both of these runners, especially if they rewatch this restream. Please remember that that's going to be my final opinion of this race. All right. Very clean switch room there from Gammachuu.
daaanty not trying to get behind Trine X, which...
Doesn't matter.
Right, Tempered Sword.
Oh, it did matter. He actually did get the double head just barely.
Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. Like, Gamma missing his ice rod shots. That's actually bigger. Although, actually, I think it's coming out to 2 cycles for both of them, so not that big of a loss.
All right, there we go. There's our 10 arrows. There's our 7th crystal. It is on to Ganon's tower. daaanty will actually be the first one going in, so if you want to play the big key guessing game that hasn't really worked, but you can still go ahead and do so. Get your numbers between 1 and 22 in chat. And then, again, like literally right behind them, Gammachuu. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, this race is nuts. Although if you want to play a big key guessing game, there's nearly 2 million channel points being bet on it in Twitch chat right now.
All right. Oh my god, 2 million?
We're over 2 million.
Oh man, I wish I could. I am basically homeless from my gambling addiction that these predictions have caused me, so I'm no longer able to participate. All right, here we go. We have daaanty basically fading into GT at 20 seconds here. Looking on the other side of the screen, oh my, it's like 15 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way that you can make up 15 seconds with GT routing alone?
If Gammachuu goes Hope Room first and it's in there.
Do you think that there's any way you can make up like 15 seconds even if they did exactly the same route, which we're not seeing? Like, absolutely, man. There are so many different ways you can make up that much time here in this dungeon.
Yeah. Remember when I said Turtle Rock was the second hardest split in the vanilla speedrun?
All right. Well, okay. So that was chest, like, number, what, 3,
Two.
4?
2?
2?
daaanty skipped Hope Room.
And Gammachuu is taking that over to Compass. That is, that's almost like a full minute swing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, at this point, this is still not over, but...
Oh, absolutely not. There are still execution things to be made. daaanty saying no to the fairy, but I will take the heart.
Yeah, chasing fairies is kind of a pain when you've got 12 out of 14 hearts.
Even more time being given up by Gammachuu here. He did have no small keys left, so he played it rather safe than sorry, getting that extra small key.
Yep, and he's going to get another one off the torch here, and then he will get the big key in probably his next check. I don't know if he does the right side first or the left side first in the Stalfos room.
Now, I'm not trying to spread any ill will here. I'm just trying to play it as it goes. They are both very good at this game. They are both very accomplished at this game, but have they been put in a position like this before? Maybe, I don't know, but I'm going to say daaanty, he doesn't have that fairy anymore. So, I'm not trying to wish any ill will, just trying to say that outside of powder, we don't have safeties in our pocket. I guess we do have a green potion.
Yeah, got that potion, got 14 hearts, although daaanty's only on 9.5 of them. No, there's a couple of things to grab in the next room if you want to be slow. There's a heart, there's a small magic.
All right, this is the most evasive Landmo ever. daaanty is trying to give Gammachuu avenues to catch up here. Gammachuu is flying through these rooms, trying his best.
Yeah, Gammachuu is playing clean here. Did well with the mimics. With daaanty on to Wizrobes 2. Gotta light some torches after this. Still gets the one cycle despite the miss slash.
That's hard to do. Yeah. This is for the finals, man. I just can't even imagine having to do like a climb in this situation. They have the race time open. Like they know when their opponent is finished or when they're not finished. You're this close to the end, but you know that you did all of Turtle Rock for nothing. You did all of Ped. Like you cannot be thinking that like, oh, there's like no way my opponent just, you know, got lost and didn't do all, you know, did all this stuff and, you know, just forgot everything. You got to be thinking that right behind you.
Yeah, right behind you, or if you're not feeling confident in your own play, which...
Slightly
honestly,
ahead of you, yeah.
Yeah. Although both of these guys have played pretty well throughout the night. I would be surprised if either of them weren't... Well, let me rephrase that. Because there's a difference in not being confident in your play and being not confident.
I'm so nervous for both of them right now that like I feel like I can't even play the game and I have nothing at stake right now. You know, this is huge. This is the finals.
Yeah, but
they are both just flying through these rooms, super clean. All right, Agathu here. This is definitely a fight where you can lose time. 2 cycle is good. We'll take it. It's acceptable.
Was that a triple, or did it only count for 2?
It only counted for 2, and that. All right, good old blue ball making it a 4 cycle.
It's disappointing, but not much that you can do about that with the way that those patterns are lined up.
All right, they're still gaining.
Yeah, like daaanty is about to drop into the Ganon fight. Gammachuu's in Moldorm too. This is still very tight. And frankly, considering the routing difference here, the way that daaanty did literally the perfect route for this layout and Gammachuu went right and didn't get a key.
Blaine was right all along, who knew?
Yeah,
yeah, no, and here we are in the Ganon fight. daaanty has done this probably 10,000 times, but how many times has he done it to win a finals? Okay, I don't think that's going to work there. I think we are going to die and make it very more close. Okay, there you go. Oh, God.
that's
Like,
Gammachuu only got a single on the first phase, so he's not in a position to save any time on this Agathu fight here.
Right. All right, let's try this one again, but a little better, I guess, daaanty. He was trying to get that spin, and like, he was wanting to go down, but he couldn't, and then I felt like he just kind of got off his script there. Yeah, let's just use this cane. That'll leave no questions. All right, there we go.
All good, and daaanty into phase 3. He might be on phase 4 by the time Ganon's text box finishes on Gammachuu's side, but here we go. And remember, daaanty's going to get different warp patterns from Gamma because of the death.
Those are pretty good warps, though. I don't know if you could ask for better ones. Alright, don't miss your torch glitch here. He does get it. So, really, all he's got to do is keep it in the ring here. I really felt like that was a little closer than it needed to be. Looks like we are going to have a extra cycle over here from Gammachuu here, but not quite the extra cycle that daaanty had. Oh my gosh.
daaanty holding off on some of his fire rod shots there to make sure he can get the triples in. Which I'm not completely sure how that time goes compared to this.
JT, why are you doing it like this? I've never been so nervous for people. It's like they're my own children. All right, we are nearing the end here. I'm thinking like one more slash. All right, he crosses that bridge. It's GG. Oh my gosh, what an amazing race.
Yeah, like, not much else to say there, but bridge gonna spawn here in a sec. daaanty is across. Time of 1 hour,
GG.
48 minutes, 17 seconds. And with that, he is the champion of the 2021 Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament.
Oh man, GG's to daaanty, and then again, oh, oh my gosh.
Gamma almost took the fall there, but the direction you get sent after getting hit by those bats is influenced by the direction you're holding, so didn't take the fall.
Yeah, he was like literally 6 spins away. That's how close that was. Good lord.
Yeah, but he's got it. A time of 1 hour, 49 minutes even will wrap up this race. And we'll have the runners in here just a sec. We've got daaanty here with us, so
Hello, daaanty. GG.
Congratulations.
Yo, thanks. Yo, GG's to Gamma. This was something.
It was something, all right. And yeah, we do have Gammachuu in here with us as well. So, GG's to you as well.
Yo, GG's to the champ here, daaanty.
Yo, GG Gamma. Thanks.
Oh man, you guys have had 10 minutes obviously to cool down. I kind of wish I had 10 minutes to cool down before I started asking you questions, because that was very exciting there at the end. Thank you very much for that awesome race.
This is like the one time I definitely missed the 20-minute delay because I have not calmed down yet. I am just literally like after TR was dead, I basically kind of just sat back in my chair and was like, all right, this is it. Like, that's it, you know, and that's I guess that's why you keep playing, right?
No, yeah. No, I can't even imagine. So yeah.
I mean, it turned out to be the do everything seed, and it turned out really you were behind on the route for pretty much the entire race there. Gammachuu was a bit ahead, and then we saw Meyer was Bombos, and you had it. He didn't. He did wind up going right for it, but that put you guys right neck and neck. Maybe you were a few seconds ahead, and then that's how it went.
You know how long you made us wait before we knew if that Bombos was required? Like, how could you do that to us here and then all of the Twitch chat viewers watching you?
Look, I was thinking about Bombos for a while, and I was like, oh man, I hope I need this for Ice Palace. Like, I hope it's required. And like, just like out of nerves. And then I was like, wait a minute, we started with Fire Rod. I'm a stupid idiot.
No. Again, congrats to you, man. This is definitely your time to shine here. And anything you want to say about the seed or your opponent or like overall in the tournament, the floor is yours. Have at it.
I do want to say that I was talking to Gamma a little bit pre-race. We didn't talk a whole lot, but I told him it was an honor playing him in finals, and I meant that just because, you know, I had kind of, over the weekend, I kind of thought, you know, Gamma's so good at this game, and I got to quit stressing about it just because, you know, there's very little you can do in Randomizer in a way. Execution can carry you, but it can only carry you so far. You have to have things fall your way, and you know, Gamma just he's so good at this, and I feel like I, you know, got lucky 2 out of 3. If this is 3 out of 5, Gamma's probably champion. You know, 4 out of 7, I think Gamma's probably champion too. It's you know, it's unreal. Like, you know, going up against the guy who was undefeated the entire time through groups and brackets. It's just, you know, what do you expect when you come into that, right? Like, the guy's playing out of his mind.
Yeah, actually, on that note, Gamma, I do want to praise you for that because you had an absolutely monstrous run throughout the entire tournament. You dropped 2 games, and they happened to just kind of be right here together, but don't let that take away from anything you did here.
Oh no, I'm definitely happy I even made it as far as I did. You know, going into the tournament, I just kind of put myself like, you know what? If I get my top 16, I'll be happy with that. That was kind of the bar I set myself. And, you know, luckily enough, I did get top 16. And then as I getting closer and closer to finals, I'm thinking, well, you know what? This is probably where I get knocked out, but I'm already happy because I already made, you know, the bare minimum bar I wanted to make. Then I reached top 8, top 4, and then I'm in the final. Like, damn, this is incredible, right? Going up against daaanty, who has knocked out a lot of good opponents too along his way. So, you know, it was stressful too, because then I had people telling me, you're undefeated throughout the whole tournament. Damn, can you keep it here in the finals? I'm like, you know what? It's already been stressful enough as it is. So if I just making it right here, it was good enough for me. It's already good enough. And I was glad I at least managed to pull a second, the win on the second race. So at least we brought it to a third game. And good one too, apparently. Pedestal seed, right?
Twitch chat loves it.
Mm-hmm. But it was definitely fun. Definitely fun racing against daaanty. He's been around in the community for quite a while, and he is an incredible runner. So it was quite fun racing against him. Definitely was.
Oh no, yeah. Again, it was awesome, and yeah, that is a good point. What you had said, about that extra pressure than daaanty, coming in as the number 1 seed and basically having to ride that, the whole way. It definitely does feel better when you're like, I guess, the underdog, so to speak, even if you don't feel like you are. But yeah, not having the people bother you. I agree with you 100% there. Gammachuu.
Yeah, number 1 seed and finishing first place overall. Again, a big GG's to you, daaanty, the new champion here.
Oh, thanks, dude. I kind of had a kind of a loop back to qualifiers, because I remember in the 5th qualifier diving into Swamp thinking being the 2nd seed into quals won't be so bad, and then that worked out. And then I went into Swamp today, and I that was kind of when it had sunk in that I was like, man, I've lost this. I was like, 2nd place ain't so bad. So I guess we've come full circle now.
Yeah. Actually, daaanty, on that note, just kind of related, but how much did seeding matter this tournament?
Absolutely none. I feel like I got punished for being the 1 seed. Like, go look at the bracket trail. Not saying anything against like Gamma or anyone else like who was top 4, top 8, but like I just felt like just the way the groups panned out. You can't predict rando, but seeding really didn't matter a whole lot. It was like, all right, well, here's a slew of titans you've got to go through, and just got to get lucky.
Yeah. Twitch chat, you heard it from the man himself, but I do want to take a sec. I want to read off the list of guys you went through this tournament. Just in the bracket stage, not even going back to groups. You went through Waterloo in round 1, Goomba in round 2, P-Train in round 3, Bwayne in the quarterfinals, Zelga in the semis, and then Gamma here.
I've heard of a few of those.
That's a list of runners right there. Like that is a crazy list.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think I could top this, even if I like scripted it any better. But I kind of, just because I've got a kid who's a little over a year old, I kind of thought this is probably going to be one of the last big tournaments that I can commit like 3 to 6 months or whatever it is. And I was like, I don't know if I can enter next year, so it was like, I hope I can do something good this time, and it just
you can't not enter if you won.
I'll have to
come back.
I guess I'll have to come back now.
Yeah, they always come back.
I'll qualify really bad. I think that's what happens to people who get the 1 seed in quals. Like, they don't qualify very well, like the next year.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say that even if that's how life turns out to be for you, you'll be going out on top. No shame in that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not so bad being number 1.
I mean, to quote Zelga in one of the semifinal races, somebody in chat asks, "What do you get for winning?" And you get to say you won. That's it. Like, you know, everything
You will
resets tomorrow. You get to go play
also
ladder
be-
again.
You're forever immortalized in the Houlihan room. Don't ever forget that. You've earned it, mister.
Well,
At least I believe that's still
someone
the
changes
thing.
the code, right?
On that
what-
note, we do want to make sure that we do point out that the fact that it will take place on the next update for Link to the Past Randomizer, that we will be seeing daaanty's name on the Hall of Champions in the Houlihan room.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Actually, also on that note, we do have tournament admins here. You just heard Rick. We've also got Slim Kirby here with us to sort of wrap things up this tournament. So, hello, tournament admins.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
One thing I do want to note here before we actually do start the discussion of the tournament wrap up here is the pathway that Gammachuu got to get to this point is also impressive. The fact that he went through Rywek in the name of DT, Lin, Top Life, and then Obscure Life Form to get here to the finals. That was quite the sloth that the number 2 seed had to go through to get to this point too.
Yeah, absolutely. There were no easy paths through this bracket.
All right, so I believe let's start off with Slim Kirby talking about our number 2 runner in this tournament.
Okay, well, we did get the rundown a little bit ago. Just to go over this again, our second place finisher for this tournament, our runner-up, we have Gammachuu. Until this final matchup, undefeated in this tournament, which is a really, really impressive statistic. Finished up the group stage as finished up the qualifiers as number 3 seed. It came in as the number 2 seed for the bracket stage. Very excellent playing all the way through. Brought this final series to a game 3 as well. Major congratulations to you, Gamma, for your performance in this tournament. You've done an amazing job, and congratulations on being the runner-up for this tournament.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm definitely happy getting second place overall. You know, that's not something you kind of come into the tournament thinking, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to make top 2 easy. No, you have all these runners you're going to come across as you're going, you know, match after match, and I was just content with, you know, top 16, because the past tournament I was at the top 32, and I thought, you know what, if I could reach one more bar higher, you know, I'll be happy with that. And yeah, getting closer and closer, and I got top 2, and right before my match even, I just thought to myself, you know, I don't care if I win or lose at that point anymore. I'm already happy just being top 2. That's good enough for me. I'm definitely happy, and who better than to race against someone as well respected as daaanty in the community.
Very, very well said. Glad to have you on board. Hope to see you next time, or just in general, whatever you decide to participate in, as far as the Past Randomizer community is concerned.
Yeah, definitely will be returning more, and hopefully racing against daaanty again in the near future.
Okay, so what about you, Rick? Got anything to say when we get to our grand champion of this tournament?
Nah, nobody knows anything about daaanty around here.
Okay, fair enough.
Daaanty, what can we say about you? I mean, you're going to have a heck of a time talking to your crewmates over there at the Go Mode podcast when they interview the winner of this tournament. But from the admin team here, congratulations on winning this tournament. You know, the tournament that began with over 300 people participating in qualifiers, and as Reg pointed out during the course of the interviews here, you had a rough path through this entire bracket stage of this tournament. The fact that you're able to get here to this point, that says a lot about how much you've grown in this game, and you definitely showed it off here in this game 3. Congratulations to you on the championship, and congratulations on a job well done with the Gold Mode podcast as well.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rick. It's just like I was saying, it's kind of unreal. But yeah, like I kind of feel like I'm gonna wake up. But yeah, I do also kind of just want to say real fast, huge thanks to the admins with us doing some, the league. I forgot what that was called for a second. With us doing that, we understand, obviously the stress you guys go through and everything that goes along with that. So yeah, like I know qualifiers are always a headache for you guys, and dealing with all of us runners complaining about every last little thing that we love to do to you guys, and you guys put up with it and take it like champs. So I do want to say a big thanks to you guys and the rest of the admin crew.
Don't worry, we will be sending you the collective group of our medical and psychological bills to your home address real soon to pay, or, well, I guess bill you for what you just did in this tournament.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's going to be a whole lot. Are you going to bill me for like every last rupee that I got in the whole game or something? Or
Let me see. How many rupees did you finish this one with? That's not enough. That's definitely not enough. 789 is not enough. But with that being said, how about one last GG's in chat for our two runners here in the Link to the Past Randomizer 2021 main tournament finals, daaanty and Gammachuu. Get your GG's in chat, please.
Yes, a job well done to both runners. An amazing tournament to watch all the way through, not just from these two runners. Like you said, we had over 300 people sign up for just back in the qualifier stage. We got that number down for the group stage and even further down for the bracket stage. And, there were really tough matchups all across the board. So, no one knew who was going to come out on top of this tournament. I can safely say that, I think. So it was definitely a very, very exciting run to watch.
And with that being said, I think it's time for us to close out this tournament. First of all, let's give a big GG's to Reg, Act the Boker, as well as our tracker, Ekuish, who did a phenomenal job on this Game 3 as well.
Definitely. It was very entertained watching this whole last race. It was really, really entertaining.
All right, so I do believe we've got a few things we need to say before we fully wrap up this tournament here, Slim. That includes shout-outs to the rest of our admin team here who did a phenomenal job over the course of this tournament to, well, get this thing glued together, as you would say.
Yes, indeed. There's a lot of people who did a lot of stuff for this tournament behind the scenes. And the admin team definitely was on top of that. We put this tournament together, and there's so many other individuals aside from just you and I. Adirondack and Rick and me, Slim Kirby. We also had Dude, Penny Royal Oil, Rywek, Sabo Tender, and Sinak behind the scenes. Just working on things, getting the format of the tournament together. Kind of observing what all the moderation team has done, working on scheduling for restreams and everything, and just as I believe Reg pointed out earlier, just even kind of dealing with those little things here and there that need to be taken care of during the tournament. A lot of very talented folk taking care of that stuff.
Yeah, we also do want to shout out our Restream moderator teams, our Com mod team, our Tracker mods, as well as the leaders for the entire group here who, without their help, we would not get this on. They're the ones who kind of pulled together our Restreamers, our Trackers, our commentators, assigned them. They took care of all that business, so we didn't have to on the admin side, and they did a phenomenal job here in this 2021 tournament. It wouldn't have been quite as much of a blast without them involved. So thank you very much to Reg, to the Com mod team, to everyone who was involved with this.
Yeah, and of course, going even one step further down the ladder, thanks to all the commentators, all the trackers, even all the restreamers who were involved with putting some extra matches on the schedule as well. It takes a lot of minds together to put on these simple streams, and it's always entertaining to watch these races play out. And thanks to all those volunteers, we're able to put on these races, and it's important to acknowledge all those who were here to basically sign up for commentary, sign up for tracking those restream duties as well. And yeah, we saw a lot of matches restreamed over the course of this tournament. I don't have the exact number offhand, but there were a lot of matches going on SpeedGaming, on ALTTPR Randomizer channels. So there's a lot of Randomizer going on these last few months.
And also, none of us would be around if it wasn't for the runners. So for the 300 plus runners that took part in any portion of this tournament, thank you very much for making this tournament the way it is. It was a blast, as we ended up both being part of that 300 crew, having our attempts at this game as well. We had a lot of fun with this, and we hope that you did as well. And with that also, we do want to make a few other announcements here. But one more big thank you here for this tournament, and that is to everyone who tuned into the SpeedGaming and ALTTPR Randomizer channels for tuning into these tournament matches, because without you here participating, cheering on our runners, laughing at our runners, and various other things that you've done, it wouldn't have been quite as much of a memorable experience without you. So thank you to everyone who's been watching here on these channels as well. So we've got a few other announcements that we do need to make, including something that begins this week, right, Slim?
That is correct. Even though this main tournament is over, there is actually going to be another Link to the Past randomizer tournament starting later on this week. It is not going to be the same format, obviously, but the Cross Keys tournament is actually going to be beginning very, very soon. For those who are unaware, Cross Keys is basically, we have all these items switched around as you see in these seeds, but in addition to that, we have key sanity on the table as well, which means that dungeon items are also shuffled into the pool. And on top of that, entrances are also randomized, and you can basically enter one cave from the light world and enter out the other side and be in the dark world as well. So, you got to add some entrances on top of the item randomization. So it should be a very, very interesting tournament. Going to be definitely a lot different than what we've seen for this tournament for sure, but it should be very entertaining to see how that plays out.
And if Cross Keys isn't your cup of tea, we also have an HMG tournament that's going on right now with qualifiers here on the SpeedGaming channels. We also have coming up in September, details coming real soon, but Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 4 begins in September.
That's right. So if you've enjoyed the league over the last couple of seasons, definitely want to turn in for that as well. And there's something else coming out in the fall, isn't there, Rick? Something you might have?
Something that I might have a part of here, that is the SpeedGaming Live 2021, which is going to be virtual again this year, and it's going to be happening in early November. We're going to have some qualifiers coming up probably around October-ish, but so details coming soon, obviously, with regards to that, but that's coming up in November. The SpeedGaming Live 2021 tournament for some cash, that's coming up again in November. So we've got a lot of great things coming up, and one other thing we should shout out, because daaanty, and we mentioned him being a part of the Go Mode podcast, they're doing a mentor tournament over there with the GMP as well.
Yeah, that is true. So that's definitely something you also want to tune in for as well.
So daaanty, since you're still here in the booth with us, do you want to go over that real fast?
So the premise of the mentor tournament, we're in our third year of that. Basically, we want green runners, new runners, people who who maybe don't know a whole lot about the game. Maybe they've beaten a randomizer seed, maybe they haven't. Maybe their best time's like 3 or 4 hours. And what we do, we have a group of amazing volunteers. Gammachuu is actually one of them as well, that are mentors for these new runners. Basically, they get in a voice call with them. Sometimes, they work out their own schedules to do some practicing, but basically, it's almost like a 2v2, except one person's kind of coaching the runner and mentoring them, if you will, hence the name. But basically, they're just kind of coaching them and trying to teach them tricks on the fly if need be, giving them things or knowledge that to carry over. And every year we've done it so far, we've seen improvement from runners. There's people who were in this top 128 this year in the main tournament that were in the mentor tournament last year. They were just starting out. So Every year runners are getting better and better, and it's a really cool community where a lot of people love to help out. I'm surprised in a way that this sounds terrible, but I'm surprised every year by the outpouring of donating of time, so to speak, because mentors really don't get a whole lot. They just kind of potentially make some friends along the way, and they just donate their time to it, and it just is a testament to like how good the whole ALTTPR community can be.
Thank you for that, daaanty, and get more information on that by looking up the Go Mode podcast and information about that. Also get all the information over on the main link to the Past Randomizer Discord, where we mentioned all of these tournaments earlier. One last thing I do want to shout out, and that is the ladder. Big Dunka's big pride and joy over there, with a lot of daily races going on over there. Who you have a mystery opponent and you don't know who they are, but you're going to be racing in a bunch of different kind of modes in the ladder. So ALTTPR ladder for more information about that. I think that's it for our shout outs though, Slim Kirby. So I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you to everyone once again for watching these tournament matches. It's been a fun, enjoyable thing here this season. I've enjoyed this, Slim. Thank you for helping.
No problem at all, Rick. And just again, one final thank you and shout out to everyone who's been involved in this, whether you're helping behind the scenes as an admin or moderator, whether you've volunteered your time as a commentator or tracker, whether you've ran all these seeds as a competitor, or whether you've watched as a viewer. It's been a fun ride. We've enjoyed bringing you this tournament. We look forward to the next tournament coming out, which more details on that in the future,
Hey,
obviously.
Slim?
Yeah?
Guess what?
What is it? Did I miss anything? What?
We
What is
finished this tournament this year.
Oh my gosh, we did. We actually did.
Huzzah!
Nice. Wow, we did. I can't believe we finally
We
did that.
lived up to our word.
We sure did. We sure did.
All right, that's enough out of us. We'll return the floor over to Agdaboker and Red so they can get on out of here for this broadcast. Thank you for joining us here on the 2021 Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. Thank you.
Later, folks.
Oh boy, man, they give us the floor back. They come in here spitting off all this knowledge, and like I'm just here to kind of say, slightly dumb things. So, boy, how do you follow up with this one? Man, again, thanks to everyone for letting us do this. Grats to daaanty again. Man, it was a really awesome race. I could not have asked for more. I live in anticipation for next year, which we will see you back, daaanty. You are not allowed to escape.
All right, I'll clip that and make sure I show my wife, and then we'll be good to go.
Yeah, and then we will also be playing against you in the league with starting boots as well. I look forward to that coming up soon. I will see you again. We always face each other, so you're not going anywhere, mister.
Looking forward to it.
But man, that wraps it up for me, Reg. Finish us off here, brother. I'm dead in the water here.
Yeah, it's just trying to process everything here still, even several minutes after everything's calmed down, after the admins have had to say their piece on this. It has been one hell of a run over these past few months, and just because this tournament is over, like the admin said, it doesn't stop here. But for this tournament, we will see you guys later. And again, just big shout outs to everybody involved at every level. We need every single piece to make this work as well as it did. The runners, the restreamers, the comms, the trackers. Shout outs to everybody. But see you guys over some other tournament.